region I would most like to live in is a difficult question, really. I'm not one who likes tropical or hot places, so that gives a loader out there. And I'm from the UK, which which Galar is based off of. So I would say that, but I already live here. So I've lived a sort of Galar experience, if you want to call it that. But I think I would go for the Hoenn region. And that is just because it's very scenic. There are, you've got a volcanic region. You've got many seas you can traverse. You've got islands, There are so many scenic places. Zootopolis City, there's a lot of lore there. You've got the Sky Pillar. There's places you could visit. It'd be fun. It'd be like a holiday, but you'd be living there. So I think out of all the regions, I would probably say that I would prefer to live in Hoenn out of everything else.
If I could live in any Pokemon region, I'd say either Johto or Kanto. Only though if I can, travel between the two of them, because they're basically connected, right? I mean, Johto's got some hotties in it. There's Jasmine, there's the Kimono girls. I can get my, there's the shiny Gyarados. Those are pretty sweet things I could go for. But Kanto, let's talk about Kanto. All right, you've got there's a casino, there's the shopping center, there's Cycling Road. What's not to love about that? You got Silphco. You can go visit the your dead Pokemon for when you lose Pokemon in a Nuzlocke. Maybe that's just me. I mean, your biggest threat in Kanto is Team Rock, a criminal organization taken down by a 10-year-old. Really, how much of a threat do you think Team Rocket is? I don't know. Kanto just seems like a really nice place to live. It feels like it'd be really, really chill. I mean, I could probably beat the shit out of a couple of grunts myself.
Oh, I have thought long and hard about this one. What region would I live in? Hands down, I'd be living in Johto. I was born in Alola. I moved to Johto when I was still too young. I eventually completed the Pokemon League challenge. I became the champion, and I spent a good year as the champion, trying my best to, take care of things I could. Taking care of a few people as they came along, but I'd always try to inspire them to be better. Then I kind of sort of lost to a guy who used, in my universe, cloned Pokemon. You know how the Mewtwo clone things were always stronger than the normal ones? Well, he found Mewtwo's island, blah, 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 yada, yada. He managed to get it working and cloned himself Pokemon, which is kind of a metaphor for hacked Pokemon, but that's besides the point. Eventually, I left Johto, and I'm kind of wandering, but I still come back to Johto every now and then because, well, it's my home. Mom lives there. I don't know about my dad, though.
What Pokemon region would I most like to live in? That's a great question. My first thought is going back to my little roots of Hoenn region. Little roots, oh my god, my puns. Anyway, I would spend a lot of time sailing the high seas and, scaling the mountains and just, I don't know, living to my life to the fullest. I mean, I think my perfect place to live would probably be Pacific Logtown, or Pacific Logtown, however you want to say it. Words, right? But I mean, that would be my perfect go-to place. That or Slateport City. I just think that the Hoenn region deserves more love than what people give it. Too much water. Well, shut up. It's intentional. You know what I mean?
This one's pretty easy for me. It has to be Hoenn. It's my favorite region probably overall as a region. As well as that, it's still coastal and I'm pretty used to living near the ocean. It's definitely pretty important to me. However, it's way better climate, way nicer sun, assuming of course Kyogre isn't drizzling. But if it is, I'm used to the rain anyway.
This is definitely an easy question for me. I have to say the Sinnoh region. The Sinnoh region has always been an awesome region to me. It was what introduced me to Pokemon. I got into Pokemon back in Generation 4. Sinnoh was my very first ever region I played through. And there's just so many cool things about Sinnoh that really just shows what the region's like. You can go from a little beach down at Sunny Shore. You can go up to Snow Point. You can go to the Ironworks, all that. There's just so many cool things in the Sinnoh region that other regions don't necessarily have, and they have so much entertainment too. You have the contests, you have the gym battles, you have the tournaments. There's just so much that you can do in the Sinnoh region, and they have so many awesome Pokemon that you can potentially catch. So it's just Sinnoh will always have a special place to me. It's one of my favorite regions. They introduced some of my favorite games. And I just think that Generation 4, the Sinnoh region, is one of the best regions out there. and I would love it if I could be out there. It would be a lot of fun. I think it'd be awesome, and that's the region I definitely think that if I had to choose to live in, Sinnoh hands down is the winner.
Pokemon region I'd most like to live in, probably Unova. It's just got like the vast array of landscapes, beautiful scenery. You got the towns with all the stuff to do. I don't know. A lot of the regions they got their pros and cons, but I think Unova is a good one for me. I mean, hey, I'm American. What are you gonna do?
I would say either Sinnoh, obviously, or Alola, obviously. Not because it's my favorite Pokemon, but just because Sinnoh is my favorite region, and I love it. It looks amazing, and obviously it has, the best Pokédex out of all the Pokemon. Don't at me. But then I would also love to live in Alola because of the warm environment, and a lot of my favorite Pokemon are from Alola, ironically, because I don't like the Alola games. But yeah, I think I would probably live in Alola because I like the warm environment more than the coldness of Sinnoh. But then I'd also like the coldness as well, but Alola.
Alright, so question 3 was, what Pokemon region would you want to live in? And I will love to live in the Alola region. I love the warm weather. I think it's beautiful. I still think the Alola region is the most beautiful region we have gotten so far. Not the best, but just in terms of aesthetic and overall feel and vibe, I think Alola is the best. I mean, this is perfect. You got yourselves that island. You got yourselves that island. Got yourselves that island. You also got yourselves this island. Plus, you also got a nice little the Aether Paradise, which is right there. But yeah, so I would definitely go with the Alola region for my pick.
Pokemon region I would most like to live in. I won't say Galar, because I live in the real life equivalent, and if I lived in the Pokemon world, I would want to live somewhere different than that. So, personally, I would say Alola. I think it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, lots of nice sunny beaches, and I love tropical places, and it'd just be a lovely place to live, so I'd say that.
Well,
My favorite...
that really depends on what is allowed here. If I can only live in a modern day Pokemon city or town or place, I would go to the Alola region and live in like a smaller town, not a big city, a smaller town that would give me access to a bigger city, but also do a lot of nature and environment, and also close to the water so I could switch between islands. I would probably go to Melemele Island and live somewhere where the player starts. Maybe that sounds like a great place to live. Close to the bigger city, close to the beach. Melemele is just a great island to start on. So yeah, Alola would be my answer, but if I can pick any Pokemon location in the entire franchise, I would go with the Cobalt Coastland from Legends Arceus. So I know at this point, modern day, that's probably gone. That's Sunny Shore City right now, but back then it looked fabulous, it looked amazing. It's so great to have that open area with a lot of sea, and with the cliffs, with beach. And I like all 5 areas in Legends Arceus, but the Cobalt Coastlands always feel like the most homey to me. Plus it's really fun to be on water, run off the cliff and then fall into water and not die, because Best Collision is there. Might have done that a lot as well, but just it looks very, very friendly, and I would love to live there, if that's a possibility, and if not, Alola is my answer.
The Pokemon region I would most like to live in is a tough question. Hoenn is my favorite region, but I don't know if I'd want to live there. The region has a lot to explore, but I mean, I don't know if it'd be the best place to live. Not saying it's bad, but I don't think it'd be my choice. Unova is basically New York, so I've never been to New York, but I don't know if I'd want to live there. This question's really tricky, but if I had to live in one region, it would probably be Galar, just because, I've always liked the look of the UK, and I obviously live in the States, but I've always wanted to visit the UK, and it just looks like a nice warm, well, not warm, like warm as in the people there. They seem kind enough where it'd be nice to live, especially in your starting town in the game. I feel like I'd want to live where the protagonist lives, just in that village, and just to explore the many fields and stuff around Galar would be amazing. I feel like it would be a great place to live, so I'm going to say Galar.
What region of Pokemon would I like to live in? I mean, a bit like yourself, I'm from the wonderful United Kingdom. So Galar would be the obvious answer. That's probably it. Throwing a bit of a spin on it, in a sense of where would I like a new setting to be, I'd like a Pokemon game to be in the region of Italy or Greece, and have all the historical kind of events going on, like the Colosseum, and the labyrinth in Greece and things like that, all dotted around the history and the different islands and things. It could work. It could be quite interesting. I'd like to live there as well. That'd be quite nice.